Hey everyone, we're the movie guys, and this is our top 10 best movies of the year. Movies that made us
Happy.
do awkward dances and jump up and down with joy. Let's start
I'll
off.
give you the same concept, but you take.
Yes, I'll go first. As you know, 10, 10, 9, 9, we're just going to go back and forth.
Talk about it.
Talk about it a little bit. My number 10 movie is a little gem that was very underrated and very awesome. Let Me In.
Yes.
Is my number 10.
Yeah.
That movie was a bomb. It has the god Richard Jenkins in it, who's the creepy old guy it's about a vampire, a little vampire girl, and Richard Jenkins is like her helper. Like, she needs blood and all that, and so she doesn't go crazy. He goes out and gets her blood and stuff like that.
And they move into the town where a kid who is getting bullied, and when he meets up with the vampire girl, and they're both weird and stuff, so they both
like,
click.
awkward. Yeah, it's
So,
like
and they become friends.
Yeah, they become friends because they're both weird, because she's a vampire and he's a weirdo.
He's
a weirdo.
He wears a mask and looks at his mirror and stabs the mirror. I mean, come on.
Yeah, he's a weird little kid. But Chloe Moritz, I think is her name.
Mm-hmm.
She plays Hit Girl in Kick-Ass.
She does great in this. Everyone does great,
she's,
really.
She's really awesome. Yeah, she's just absolutely awesome in that movie. Richard Jenkins is good. The boy's good. He's really good on a creepy level.
He was the Road.
Yeah, he was in The Road. He played
the
boy.
The
boy. Yeah, but this movie, very underrated, very awesome, because me and Corey are big horror movie guys. We love horror movies, and we were so happy to see a horror movie this good.
A horror remake.
Yeah, a horror remake, and it's only like a 2-year-old movie. Usually when they take foreign movies, bring it to America, they're not that great. Yeah. But this movie was awesome. It really was.
I thought it was a little bit better than original.
Yeah,
for some of the stuff it explains a little bit more, and it goes into more in depth. Yeah, it's a great movie. It's directed well by Matt Reeves.
Yeah, Matt Reeves, director of Cloverfield, who's about to bring Cloverfield sequel back in
Possibly. They haven't talked about it much, but possibly.
Great
I hear he's doing The Invisible Woman though, so let's see.
But we'll see. Awesome movie. I'm very happy with it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your number 10?
The King's Speech.
Yes, I almost put it on here. It was actually a good movie.
A movie that's just dialogue based.
Dialogue based movie. It's the king. He has a speech impediment, and he's about to become king. And how are you going to be able to unite your people and give speeches? When you can, he has this thing it's when he tries to talk his like that, his lungs get filled with air and he can't get the words out like that. And so Helena Bonham Carter, which is his wife, takes him to Jeffrey Rush's character, who Jeffrey Rush is incredible in this movie. He steals the show basically. Colin Firth is good. Don't get me wrong. He's really good at it. But Jeffrey Rush just takes it away like he does in almost everything. But I really liked it, and I can see why you put it on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Great dialogue based. Don't go into it expecting a lot, because it's nothing but dialogue. It does have beautiful cinematography.
Yeah.
It does. But it's a great movie.
It is very great.
What did you like most about it?
Just the connections everyone had with Jeffrey Rush and Colin Firth, and how everyone kind of intertwined and had their own relationship with.
Yeah. Jeffrey Rush and Colin Firth's connection in the movie was really
Jeffrey
cool.
Rush needs to get a supporting actor.
It does.
He needs to
even though it's not on my top 10, I do admit he definitely deserves a nod, if not to win it, because he was that good.
And Colin Firth needs a nod too.
Yeah, he does need a nod, because it's just a good...
Sorry about that, our camera cut off. But yeah, as he was saying with The King's Speech.
Yeah, it was just an overall good movie, good dialogue, just good everything.
Yeah, great everything.
Yeah.
All right, what's your number 9?
My number 9 would have to be The Kids Are Alright. Julianne Moore is awesome in it, and I don't know why. I've always had this odd crush on Julianne Moore for some reason, ever since Boogie Nights with Mark Wahlberg. I always have... Oh, shut up. She's not that bad looking, even though she's 50. But she's good. Mark Ruffalo is good, and it's just an all-around just character movie. I enjoyed it very much, and I thought it was one of my favorites. And I don't know why I liked it so much. I don't know. I just connected with all the characters really well,
Yeah.
and it was just a good movie.
My number 9's the same. The kids are alright. I agree with him on a lot of things, It's character driven, all the characters are developed well, you get a sense through the relationships and stuff, and Mark Ruffalo
Yes.
is, huh?
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo.
Is really funny in it, you know, he's usually the kind of guy that plays like the best friend or whatever, and here he's just like kind of a dick, but a nice dick.
Yeah, I like him.
He's good. Everyone's good, great direction, great writing, great everything. Just a good movie.
Yeah. Well, another movie, my number 8, it's not really well known. It's called Never Let Me Go. And it's really hard to explain. All I can really tell you is just go out and watch the movie. It's like, I don't know, it kind of like it just keeps jumping, like throughout the movie, just jumping between different types of scenes and plots and stuff. It's really odd, but it's like a kind of like a Sundance type movie. Didn't get well known at all. But just go watch it. It's really good. I really, really liked it. I don't know why. I like weird movies. But this movie, go watch the trailer. I don't really want to talk about it because it kind of ruins it.
Just watch it.
Just watch it. It's really good.
My number 8 is Let Me In. I placed it higher on my list because I enjoyed it a lot. A lot. Because I went opening night, and I was ecstatic for it, and then when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, this is so great. It's one of the better remakes out there,
Yeah.
It surpasses the original in my opinion. It explains more, like I just said, and some of the direction by Matt Reeves is intense. Like, there's a scene where Richard Jenkins' character is trying to get food for the vampire, and he's in the back seat of the car, and as he's doing this, shit goes down, and the car crashes, and it's all filmed in the back, and it's your perspective as the car is flipping and stuff. I was like, oh my god, figuring out how the hell they did that, because that shot was impressive.
Yeah, very
And
cool.
there's an also awesome shot at the end, but I don't want to spoil that, so you can catch that. But like I said, it's great. Everyone did a good job. It was dark, but somewhat sweet. But
Yeah. Well, my number 7 is The Fighter. And I know it's like everyone is like riding the train on it because it has Christian Bale and the whole Oscars and all that thing. But I liked this movie because I saw it pre like before it came out. I saw it and I liked it before it became like real big. And this movie was really good. Mark Wahlberg is the weakest performance in this movie.
he is.
But he's still really good in it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like diss him or anything. I'm not gonna say he's bad, but Christian Bale, excuse me, is just absolutely awesome. He did like he did with The Mechanist. He lost a shitload of weight and became like real skinny. And he plays Mark Wahlberg's brother. And Mark Wahlberg's like living in like the line like below Christian Bale because Christian Bale used to be like a boxer and he was known for knocking out this famous boxer.
Yeah.
Well, almost knocking out this famous boxer, and that's what he was known for. And he's trying to become a professional fighter, and he meets Amy Adams, who is smoking ass hot. I mean, amazing. And she has like a bunch of really ugly ass bitchy sisters and a crazy fucking mom. But every performance in this movie is just phenomenal. Christian Bale needs to get like a nod for best supporting actor.
That's Christian Bale needs a...
Christian Bale was great in this movie, and I really, really enjoyed it. And you should go check it out because it was a really good movie.
My number 7 is The Social Network. Now, I might get a lot of flack for putting it kind of low on the list, but that's just how I roll, That's how I roll the dice. But yeah, it was good. It was great. I liked it a lot, but, it just, it didn't set me that well. You know, as I'm watching, I'm like, oh, this is really good. But the way Mark Zuckerberg is like portrayed, I'm just like, whoa, this guy.
He's a dick.
He's not a dick at all. I mean, he practically gives a lot of his money to charity, for God's sake. So I'm just like, whoa, this isn't right, you know. And then everyone is portrayed as an asshole or a dick or a bitch.
Zuckerberg was a dick, but not
That like
that
this.
big a dick.
I mean, every
scene in the movie.
every
is just a
scene, I'm just like,
complete ass.
whoa, come on. And I'm like, oh, I liked. No, what is this? And Jesse Eisenberg, I'm like, oh, I liked you a lot in Zombieland. You were the quirky guy. I don't like you. You know, he did a good job. You know, Justin Timberlake. You know,
It's a very character-driven movie.
it's a character-driven movie.
It's
Everyone,
all acting.
all acting really. You know,
Andrew Garfield, you got to give him props.
I give him props.
Because Andrew Garfield was really good in this movie.
Yeah.
Very underrated.
He's very underrated. Everything, you know, but you know, yeah, I liked him, but like all the characters had their own little thing, you know, that made them unique.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, I liked it. It was good. You know, he definitely won best, but you know, it's not up there with me. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. Well, my number 6 is a very, very, very underrated movie. I absolutely love this movie. It was in select theaters forever before it decided to get mainstream. And even when it went to like worldwide theaters, it was barely in there. It was barely in there. And it stars Ryan Reynolds and absolutely no one else.
Well, yeah, you got some people with
Voices.
their voices.
It's called Buried. And the whole movie is Ryan Reynolds
In a
in a
box.
coffin. Yeah, in a
With a
box
lighter.
underground. He has a lighter,
On the cell phone.
a cell phone, and like a knife. And like glow sticks. And it turns out he was kidnapped by Iraqi terrorists. He was kidnapped by Iraqi terrorists and being held at ransom for $5 million. And the whole movie, he's talking to this British like field agent like over in Iraq. And the whole movie, it's just him trying to calm Ryan Reynolds down and reassuring him that he's gonna find him like over and over and over. And the whole movie is just Ryan Reynolds freaking out and just like it's one of his best performances because it's just there's really nothing else going for this movie except for Ryan Reynolds acting. And when you're watching him just in this box for an hour and a half, you genuinely feel really bad for this guy because it's just heartbreaking, and especially the ending. It's just so fucked up because you never see endings like this. You really don't. It's always like, oh, happy, good ending. But this is just a no holds barred, just sad, stab your heart out ending. And it was just awesome, and I was kind of sad that it didn't get the recognition that it deserved because it was just a great movie.
My number 6 has a similar premise, but not that much. 127 hours. Man struggled getting stuck in the caverns, you know, get his arm caught, you know, he just has a camera. So, similar thing to Barry, so that was kind of a cool transition. But yeah, I liked it a lot. You know, James Franco did a great job.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite actors right now.
He did a good job, you know. He was charismatic, even though he was kind of in a bad situation.
Yeah. He did the best he could in the situation.
Yeah, you know, then he cut off the arm. I was just like, oh.
Yeah, there's some scenes where you're gonna be like, oh, in this movie because what he has to do is just bad. It
It's a fucking
sucks.
pocket knife.
Yeah, little tiny. It's just a regular like Swiss Army knife pocket knife. He has to saw his fucking arm off, and it's a fucked up movie.
And you have to sit through that.
Yeah, but James Franco gives the performance of his life.
Yes, he does, and it's a good movie, and it's directed well by Danny Boyle. You know, he does stuff where you're like, oh, he's just stuck. Oh, that's kind of cool. He does cool little shots and whatnot.
Danny Boyle does anything good.
Yes, good movie.
My number 5. I really, really love this movie, but I'm not riding the fan train like everyone's saying. This is the best movie of all time. This is the best movie of the year. One of the best movies ever created in history by man. And I suck Christopher Nolan's dick and all that stuff. It's Inception. My number 5 is Inception. I really liked Inception. I did a lot.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not going to say it was a bad movie. It wasn't. The special effects were incredible. I mean, Christopher Nolan always does good with special effects.
Even though he hates them.
Yeah. Leonardo DiCaprio, of course, always, he does a good performance like he always does.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah. Like, Leo's one of my favorite actors. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is awesome in this movie. He just keeps getting better and better and better every movie he's in. And Ellen Page even does a good job in it. And Tom Hardy, I think his name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's awesome. And every single person in this movie is
Charlene
awesome.
Murphy.
Yeah.
With a small...
Cillian Murphy or whatever.
Cillian Murphy, even though he's in it for a little bit, he's still good.
Yeah. It's a good movie. It's basically Leonardo DiCaprio. He is basically a robber, but he goes into your dreams and swipe stuff. But in this, they want to do this thing called Inception, where they want to plant a thought into somebody's head to basically change their whole entire perspective of their lives.
It's a weird... It's kind of
it's strange.
It's a mindfuck movie.
Yes. But it's a really good movie. I enjoyed it a whole lot. I just don't think it's one of the greatest movies of all time like everyone's saying.
Yeah.
It's still good.
My number 5 is Inception 2, and I agree completely. You know, I'm not like, oh my god, orgasm, whatever, but I'm just like, oh, okay, this is a pretty badass movie. But yeah, what are you going to say? You know, it's an opinion. You know, it's not fact.
Yeah.
So
good, just not the best.
Yeah, really good, but just not like, oh my god.
My number 4 is The Social Network. I like this one a little better than Corey did. I really enjoyed every single performance in this movie. Jesse Eisenberg, just like Joseph Gordon-Levitt, he keeps getting better and better. He started out just being this really socially awkward kind of guy, and he plays that role well.
Michael Cera 2.0.
Yes, but a better version of Michael Cera. And he just keeps getting better and better. And then The Social Network, it really allowed him to shine and really show his acting ability, because his acting and his like zip and quick dialogue and puns in this movie, just back and forth between everyone, he does it so good. And like I said, Andrew Garfield doesn't get a lot of recognition, which is a shame because he was awesome in this movie. He was probably my favorite character in the whole movie. He plays Eduardo, I think his name is.
Eduardo.
But really good. And again, Justin Timberlake did good. Justin Timberlake did a really good job.
Yeah.
Everyone thought they were just going to put him in there. Put him in
Sex
there just
appeal.
for sex appeal. But David Fincher actually worked Justin Timberlake harder than any other person in the entire movie, because he said, if you're going to be in my movie, I'm going to make sure you're going to act and not like just get a paycheck. Which it paid off. He did good. Every bit of the movie I thought was just awesome. And yeah, David Fincher did a good job.
My number 4, aka 4, is Scotty Pilgrim in the World.
Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. Now, why do I like this movie? Because it's a nerd movie. That's why.
Awesome.
Every single shot has something to do with video games. Little things in the background, just everything. It's just filled with little video games and comics and movies and just
when you make a comic book movie / video game movie, no one can do that shit right. It's always bad. But then Edgar Wright looked at all the pieces of shit we have out there and said, I'm gonna make an amazing movie. And he fucking did. No one has done video game / comic books type style quirkiness justice until Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, because Edgar Wright is amazing, because because of Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead.
yes.
Incredible.
I got the Blu-ray so I can watch it in its gloriness.
Good choice, sir.
Thank you.
Very good movie.
Thank you. So yeah, as we were talking about, Michael Cera's in it.
Yes, he actually does a good job.
He does a good job.
And I don't like Michael Cera. I really don't.
You got Chris Evans too.
Awesome.
He's funny in it. But the visuals were fun to look at. The first half, I was just like, oh wow, this needs to pick up, and it did.
Yes, and my favorite character is Brandon Ruth.
That's the vegan.
He plays the vegan with the superpowers. I love that movie.
Yeah, it's great. Keegan, what's his face? He's Macaulay Culkin's brother. Oh, Keegan Culkin. There we go.
Yeah.
I couldn't put together. Yeah, Keegan Culkin plays the gay roommate. He's funny.
Yes.
You know, everyone does a good job. It's fun. The fight scenes are awesome. And has lots of replay value. Or rewatch value.
Good movie.
And I got the Blu-ray, so it has like tons of like special features. So it has like infinite amounts of watchability, of awesomeness.
Yeah.
Alright, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Black Swan. Darren Aronofsky. I bow down to that genius motherfucker of filmmaking.
He's my favorite now.
He is incredible. If you've ever seen Requiem for a Dream, The Fountain, The Wrestler,
And now this.
and now Black Swan, you cannot hate on this man. This man is a directing genius when it comes to character development. He looks at every single aspect and bit of cinematography and acting in every one of his movies and makes it into perfection. He does an awesome fucking job. Natalie Portman, when she has to do the ballet and be like the good-sided white swan.
The White Swan.
And she has to play the Black Swan, which is the crazy side. And she's never done anything like the Black Swan, so it's hard for her. But it's... Natalie Portman is awesome. And then there's Mila Kunis, who's fucking crazy in this movie. But Jesus Christ, is that girl fine! And all I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Natalie Portman, Mila Kunis, awesomest lesbian scene of all time.
You don't want to sound prude or anything, but that's one of the highlights. And then, you know...
And there's Winona Ryder, who also does a good job. Good job in it. There's nothing else you can say about this movie, but go watch it and witness Aronofsky's awesomeness.
Oh my fuck.
Yes, it was great, and this movie is recommended to go watch. Go watch this movie.
My number 3. You know, I liked it a little bit more. But, yeah, like he said, you know, it's just Ron Reynolds in a box. And I'm like, reading about this, I'm like, just him in a box? What is this? This is going to be stupid. And I saw a trailer. I went, intriguing.
Could be good.
Could be good.
And
And then I watched it. I'm like,
Awesome.
oh my god. Because it's just him in a fucking coffin. And he's talking. And he's just putting out such performance. I feel for him. I finally feel for Ron Reynolds. You know, after I have to...
yeah. I've always liked Ryan Reynolds a lot, but
I
you only
liked
like
him, but, you
him
know,
the comedy aspect.
I liked him play tranny, but that really kind of blew. But
This is where you really feel emotionally
this is really,
attached.
really go, oh my god, he's an actor. So, props to him. And, you know, it's just him for the box, like he said, the ending. I'm just like, oh, really?
Fuck. Stabbing in the heart.
But yeah, it's a great movie. Go watch it. You know, if you like character development at its rawness, then watch it.
Yeah.
With your deuce.
Number 2, it was Corey's number 6, 127 hours. I thoroughly loved this movie. I have loved James Franco since Freaks and Geeks. Freaks and Geeks was the shit. It made everyone huge, like Seth Rogen and Ellen Page and Martin Starr and countless of other people.
Anyone that's involved with Judd Apatow.
Yes. But James Franco, I watched him grow over the years. There's a movie called Fly Boys. Not a whole lot of people enjoyed it, but I thought he was really good in it. And the Spider-Man movies, always does a good job in the Spider-Man movies. He was even in, I think, Eat, Pray, Love. Yeah, and he was in that for a little bit, and he was actually good in that. And if you can make a Julia Roberts movie, a new Julia Roberts movie, watchable,
Then
you have some acting props. And then there's this, where Danny Boyle tells the real-life story of the guy who was... something like that, but he's in the mountains, he's in, like, the canyons, and he's, like, hanging out with these two girls, like, having fun, and then he basically blows them off. It's like there's these two hot-ass girls, want to invite him to a party, bang him, all this kind of stuff, but he's more interested in just living his life and adventure. And he's just having this badass time, and he doesn't tell anyone where he's going. Like when he leaves the house, he doesn't tell anyone where he's at. He just get up and leave, doesn't tell no one, and he ends up getting caught in this canyon with his arm strapped to the boulder. And the whole movie is just him, and basically just pulls out James Franco's best performance that he almost probably his best performance he's ever done. And Danny Boyle can pull good raw emotion out of actors. He can take a little bit of nothing and turn it into something beautiful, and that's what he did in this movie, and I really, really liked it. It was incredible.
I agree. My only gripe is that's why I had it kind of low on the list was you knew he was going to cough his arm if you read the story. You knew about it. If this was a now true story, then it would be higher. But since I already knew that he's going to cut his arm off and escape, then then yeah, that's why I put it low.
What is your number 2, sir?
It made me cry a lot. Toy Story 3. Toy Story 3. Alright. What to begin? It just made me cry.
I never cry during movies. I didn't even cry during The Green Mile, ladies and gentlemen.
He has no soul. I
guess
cry every time.
But Toy Story fucking 3 made me cry.
Or just because we grew up with this, and then it's done. It's over. So that's why I made me cry. But I mean, come on now, Toy Story 3. You gotta love this movie. Minus 2 guys that should rename Nameless.
Well, every single person in this movie, main character that was back, did all the original voices.
Minus
except
Slinky.
for Slinky Dog, Jim Varney. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. But yeah, everyone, this is Toy Story 3. You can't explain much.
Can't explain much. Fucking toys.
It's pure Pixar. Amazing. It's great. Come on now. You want us to honestly explain why Toy Story 3 is great? You honestly want us to explain why? Then you have no soul. Because you
get in check with your inner child.
You've seen it. You know you've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's your number 1?
My number 1, Toy Story 3.
Yeah, see, yeah.
My number 1 is Toy Story 3, based on Toy Story has been my favorite animated movie of all time, ever. And we grew up with these movies. When we were like 5 years old when the first one came out.
Give or take.
And about 5 years old when the first came out. Then the second one, Andy was a little bit older in the second one.
And so were we.
And then the third one takes place, Andy's going off to college like us. It's basically, we grew up with Andy and with these toys, and it shows him going off to college, like us going to college, and it's just showing the emotion of a boy turning into a man, having to give away his childhood possessions.
Yeah.
And just basically converting to adulthood. And Tom Hanks and Tim Allen and just everyone.
Michael Keaton.
Everyone pulls out all the stops for this movie. Even though it's not a live action movie, it has so much emotion in this movie to where it really tugs on your heartstrings, especially like the last 10 minutes where it finally shows Andy becoming a man and finally passing on his beloved toys to this little girl that he knows, and finally realizing it's time for him to grow up. It tugged at my heartstrings, and I actually cried. I really did, and I don't care if people laugh at me. It was just a genuine movie it was incredible, and nothing this year compared to that way that movie made me feel. And it was just an all-around great, awesome ending to a good trilogy, and that's why it was my number 1.
I agree. Except I liked one movie just a little bit more.
His number 1?
My number 1 is Black Swan. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It was tough for me. I'm sorry. But, Jesus.
Like Darren Aronofsky.
Let me talk. Okay. Now, this movie is kind of reminded me of Star Wars with the light side and dark side, but it's the light side or dark side of human nature. You see the light side of people and you see the dark side of people. And you just see some fucked up shit in this movie.
Yes. Especially, I forgot to mention the fucking Clay director.
Yeah.
He basically, like, molests Natalie Portman. Just, like...
That's why I said it's like the light side and dark side.
So fucked up.
Yes. But yeah. You know, you see Natalie Portman, like, get a cut, like, pulls out a fucking feather. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you pulling out a... It doesn't explain. It explains little to nothing. You just see...
But you're so amazed.
But you're like, wow, that was fucked up, but beautiful. You know, but yeah. You know, everyone does a great job. Even the play director, but yeah, he does a great job. Everyone, just, it's this amazing movie. You know, if you've seen it, watch it. Just go in it, you know, like, have the right mindset. You're not going to see nice things. Well, you kind of are with the ballet scenes, but you just watch it.
Watch it.
You'll go. You'll watch it and go, what the
Wow.
fuck did I just watch?
Yes. And it's definitely a movie where some people are going to think it's amazing, but some people are going to hate it because they don't understand it. That makes you fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
Just watch it. Okay, that was our
Top 10 movies.
best.
We hope you enjoyed it.
Yes.
And if you did, please leave a comment explaining why you liked it or what your
Leave
top
your
10
list.
was.
Leave
Yes,
your list.
leave your list, and we will definitely message you back and tell you what we think of your list. And we won't be mean. So if you have the mindset of being a fucking asshole and writing mean shit on our stuff, go away and don't write on it, because everyone has an opinion and we expressed ours. And if you express yours to us, we will treat you with respect and as nice as we can be. Indignity, yeah.
Dignity. College word. Okay.
We are glad you enjoyed this video. Any more?
Thumbs up. Likes.
Yeah.
You know, they
likes.
don't have the 5-star likes and
Likes and comments.
likes and like it. Send to your friends.
Yes.
Let it to be known.
Let us know what you think. But we're the movie guys, and we'll be back with future reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah. Take it easy, yo.
I thought devil once. Devil.
Peace.